What is emotional intelligence and why do leaders need it? I'm going to tell you what and why coming up right now. Hello everyone, Michael Finley here with another episode of Leadership Roll Call, where we give you tips, suggestions, and recommendations on how you can become a more effective leader. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. So our topic today is emotional intelligence. Now it's one of those traits we always hear that a leader needs, but maybe the details are a little fuzzy. So what is emotional intelligence? Have you ever known anyone that was a good listener, didn't get angry in stressful situations, was a good decision maker, maybe looked at themselves with a clear eye and they knew their strengths and weaknesses and they worked on the things that they needed to work on? The people with all those traits have good emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, sometimes referred to as EI or EQ for emotional quotient, is the awareness of your own thoughts and emotions and the awareness of someone else's thoughts and emotions. You're attuned to your own emotions as well as those of others. We all have different personalities and different wants and needs and different ways of expressing our emotion. Daniel Goleman, an American psychologist and author of the book Emotional Intelligence, came up with 5 elements that describe emotional intelligence. Number 1 is self-awareness. This means that you are aware of your own emotions and you don't let your emotions rule you. You're also aware of your strengths and weaknesses and you work hard to become better. So number 1 is self-awareness. Number 2 is self-regulation. And this means that you don't let your emotions rule you or let impulses take over. You don't get angry or jealous, and you don't give in to your impulses. Self-regulation. Number 3 is motivation. People with a high emotional intelligence are very motivated. They love a challenge, and they look forward to a challenge so that they can succeed. So they are self-motivated. Number 4 is empathy. Now, we've talked about this one before in a previous episode. Empathy is where you understand the wants and needs of others, and you listen to their viewpoints. So someone with a high emotional intelligence has a high degree of empathy. And lastly, number 5 is social skills. People with a high EI have great social skills, and they are the ones that people want on their team. They're the ones that don't look to make themselves look successful. They want to help develop others and let others shine. So having great social skills is another element of having good emotional intelligence. So why is all this important? Well, employees today don't want to work for someone that is all brains and no heart. They want to work for someone that they have a connection with, that someone is a real person that understands their emotional needs. So how do I become emotionally intelligent? Well, fortunately, it's a skill that can be learned. The first thing you need to do is become aware of when you get stressed and what your stress response is. Now, some people, when they get stressed, they get angry or frustrated. Some people withdraw. So what do you do when you get stressed, and how do you respond to your stress? So understand what stresses you out and how you respond. What's your stress response? The next thing you want to do is discover ways to reduce your stress. Now, when some people get stressed, they go for a long walk, or they go to a quiet place, or they meditate, or maybe they listen to wind chimes or nice music. So discover ways that de-stresses you. Next, you want to give others your complete attention. Now, this goes with active listening, which we've talked about before. Listen to them. Also, look at their nonverbals. What are they trying to convey? So give others your complete attention. Next, you want to look at your own nonverbals. What are you conveying? What do you intend to convey? So take an understanding of what your nonverbals are. Do you scowl when you're giving feedback? Do you cross your arms when you're listening to someone else? Are your nonverbals congruent with what you're trying to convey? So pay attention to your own nonverbals to make sure that they are conveying what you want to convey. Lastly, you want to let your employees know that having an emotional intelligence is a key factor in both their personal and professional life. Someone with a high EI is someone that others want to work with. Usually someone with a high EI is someone that's more successful. And if you are working on your own emotional intelligence, you are being the role model for others. You're letting them know that this is the actions that you want them to convey. So let them know what the importance is of a high EI and work on it yourself. Be that role model. I hope this brief overview of emotional intelligence was beneficial to you. If you have a comment about this topic or any topic you would like to see, please put it in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, good luck with emotional intelligence.